Malaysian couples should not work in Singapore, even though you are paid like 8,000 Sing dollar or above. Here is why. I got a juicy story to tell you, but first, let me give you some context. Last clip, I talked about Malaysian couples working in Singapore can easily achieve like a multi-millionaire status and achieve financial freedom by early 40s. Now, I have that video, you have not watched it, I link it down below. And they can achieve this with high certainty. However, there are certain situations that I advise you from doing so. Now, if either of you get a job in Singapore, and that means that, and if that job means your other half is giving up their established career in Malaysia, then you want to seriously weigh the pros and cons. Because I got a Malaysian client couple, right, where the husband got headhunted for an engineering position in Singapore, right? So imagine you're getting paid like 9,000 ringgit a month, and then you move over to Singapore, you're getting paid like 9,000 Sing dollar a month. That is very, very hard to resist. Do you agree? And that time, the wife just gave birth to their first child, less than 1 year old. Now the thing is, if you're a woman, do you agree? No woman would want her husband to be away for an extended period of time continuously for their baby, especially if it's the first baby, right? But for a lot of men, they would reason with their wives. They say, yeah, I mean, since we are young, we want to earn like as much as possible to retire early and earn more money to give the best to the family, like even international school, bigger landed house, etc. Now they are not wrong, men are not wrong to have this provider mindset, but the thing is, now in most cases it means an instant quality of life downgrade for the husband, right? You move to Singapore, you're not going to buy a house first, you rent a room in Singapore, right? And then it could be eat chai fan for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, right? And you come back home to Malaysia maybe once or twice a month, sometimes, this kind of, it's not taking flights, not even AirAsia flights, but it's taking bus, right, from Singapore or JB on a Friday night, and you arrive back in Penang on Saturday morning just to maximize his Singapore dollar savings. Can you imagine? Now, 1 year in, since the husband moved to work in Singapore, you know what happened? You know where this is going, right? No, I don't think you. Husband asked the wife to move to Singapore with him after he got promoted with even now 5 figures a month Sing dollar of salary. Wife initially reluctant, but finally relented, right? Gave up, and as the wife wanted their family of 3 to be together, even if it means that the wife has to give up the job that she loved, her colleague and bosses whom she already considered, like a family. So from a career woman in Malaysia to becoming a full-time homemaker in Singapore, mind you, as a father myself, right, being a new mother, alone taking care of all these things is one of the hardest full-time job, right? So you have to juggle with it, right? Now by then it's a 2-year-old toddler in a completely new environment. But yet she had nobody, and I mean no family members, no parents, no in-laws, right? Or even friends to rely on in Singapore, And you know what Singapore is being known for? What? Kiasuism, the entire social emotional support system just gone like that, vanished, right? So the husband and is becoming more absent from his duty as a father and a husband because previously he's spending more time at the office now. Here's the perspective I want you to know, right? Imagine if you are just paid like 100,000 a year to work 8 hours a day, being paid 200,000 a year now, so-called promoted, right, to work 16 hours a day. It's not a promotion, because your hourly rate is still the same. Now, because of this, it leads to a lot of argument between the husband and wife, and the wife, fall into depression, mental health problem. Finally, the wife cannot tahan already, cannot bear, return to Malaysia after half a year. Then she realized she's pregnant with the second baby. So now the family is separated, and the wife now suspects the husband having an affair with a colleague. This work spouse thingy. Dangerous there, I tell you, right? Somehow you don't forget, this sugar book originates from Singapore one. So now they are literally living separately. But I hope it won't lead to like a divorce. But I'd rather see them reconcile. But is this the rich life that you are looking for? As a Malaysian, because rich life, in my opinion, isn't only about this, like your salary and your job title. but it's also about these other things. So Malaysians, if you want to treat Singapore as a gold mine, do it when you are in your early 20s, right? When, let's say, if you're a couple, when both of you do not have plans to have any children yet until you are like early 30s and all that, or even not at all, you're not going to have plans to have children, at all. So, but you stick together, stick together. Have an exit plan, right? Exit plan meaning return to Malaysia, or even if your exit plan means that you are becoming a Singaporean citizen, right? But you stick together. Now, the thing is, if you're a couple and you already settled down in Malaysia with, with a house, landed house, with kids already, with an established career, then this matter of moving to Singapore just to earn Singapore dollars, this is a decision you have to tread with caution, because you could lose more than you gain. All these are true story, kisah benar, right? This is when especially you have not given much thoughts on the non-monetary aspect of things, but only blindsided, by how strong Singapore dollar is versus Malaysian ringgit. And that is why I tell you,